As a medical professional who has spent decades supporting the health of older adults, I'm speaking to you today not from a place of detached expertise, but with genuine concern. Seniors, I urge you to reconsider these 5 common vegetables, not because vegetables are inherently harmful, but because certain types, when prepared or stored improperly, may contribute to a slow decline in your vision. You might assume your eyesight is just naturally fading with age. Maybe sunlight feels harsher, faces become harder to recognize, or reading takes more effort, even though you aren't spending much time on screens. But what if I told you the issue isn't aging or disease? It might actually be coming from your kitchen. I've seen it too many times. Older adults in good health, mentally sharp, suddenly noticing subtle changes in their eyesight. One woman shared that she could no longer clearly see her grandson's face in the morning light. Her doctors found no eye disease. The root cause, we later discovered, was tied to a seemingly healthy habit, eating specific vegetables every day, in ways that quietly affected her vision. It's not too late. I'll guide you through 5 vegetables that may need to be limited or handled differently, starting today, not later, if preserving your eyesight matters to you. If you're watching and haven't yet subscribed, I recommend tapping that button and turning on notifications so you don't miss valuable health updates. And if you find this information helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can improve this content for you. Let's begin with number 1. Spinach leftovers, a surprisingly common issue. Spinach is often seen as a nutritional hero, high in iron, soft when cooked, and easy to add to omelets, soups, or casseroles. But here's what many people don't know. Reheated spinach, especially when stored overnight in the fridge, can undergo a chemical change. Spinach is naturally high in nitrates, which, when reheated, may convert into nitrites. In excess, nitrites can contribute to oxidative stress, which can harm the tiny blood vessels in your retina. This can lead to blurred vision, trouble adjusting to light, or in some cases, early signs of macular degeneration. I've seen patients in their late 70s, no history of diabetes, no screen strain, no bad habits, yet their eyesight gradually worsened. When we reviewed their daily routines, one consistent pattern showed up: regularly eating reheated spinach dishes, often out of a desire to save time or reduce food waste. I understand. We all want to be resourceful, and no one wants to throw away food that seems healthy. But it's worth asking, is that bowl of leftovers worth risking your vision, the ability to see your family clearly, or enjoy a sunrise without blur? Aging doesn't just take things from us. We often unknowingly give things up through old habits that no longer support our well-being. And if spinach can have that effect, imagine what might be happening when you add raw kale to your morning smoothie every day. The answer may surprise you. If you're still watching and this resonates with you, type 2 in the comments so I know you're with me. Now, let's move on to the next point. Number 2. Raw kale in smoothies. Not always so clear-cut. Kale has gained a glowing reputation in the world of healthy eating, often featured in wellness magazines and grocery store promotions as a nutrient-packed superfood. It's rich in fiber, calcium, antioxidants, and vitamins, a logical choice for older adults aiming to stay alert and energized. For many, tossing raw kale into a morning smoothie has become routine. But here's something worth considering. Regularly consuming raw kale may gradually affect your eye health. Raw kale contains oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can bind to calcium and zinc, 2 minerals vital for maintaining healthy vision, particularly in the retina and macula, which are essential for sharp central vision. When oxalates attach to these minerals, they form insoluble crystals that the body struggles to absorb, reducing nutrient availability where it's needed most. In clinical settings, I've met older individuals who lead overall healthy lifestyles. They avoid smoking, stay active, and keep well hydrated. Yet they report symptoms like eye strain, blurred vision, or difficulty seeing clearly in bright light. When asked about their diet, many confidently reply, "I have a kale smoothie every morning." They're often surprised to learn that something so green and wholesome might be interfering with nutrient absorption. This isn't a warning to eliminate kale, but rather a suggestion to prepare it wisely. Cooking methods like steaming or lightly sautéing kale help reduce its oxalate content, making its nutrients easier for your body to use. So if raw kale smoothies are your daily habit, it might be worth revisiting that choice. After all, if a leafy vegetable like kale can quietly compete with your eyes for nutrients, what other surprises might be hiding in your fridge under a familiar crunch and taste? Next, let's explore a beloved but sneaky favorite: pickled vegetables, bold in flavor but not without consequences. Number 3. Pickled vegetables. Flavorful but potentially harmful. There's something undeniably comforting about pickled vegetables. Whether it's the crisp snap of a dill pickle alongside your sandwich, the tang of sauerkraut on a bratwurst, or the earthy zing of pickled beets in a salad, these foods evoke memories of family gatherings, time-worn recipes, and simpler days. Their taste is bold, zesty, and full of life. But behind that burst of flavor lies a hidden health concern many overlook. These seemingly innocent foods may be quietly affecting your eye health with every bite. Pickled vegetables often contain high levels of sodium, not just a touch, but hundreds of milligrams per serving, far more than what aging eyes and blood vessels can comfortably handle. Too much sodium contributes to elevated blood pressure, but more critically, it puts strain on the tiny, fragile capillaries in your eyes, particularly in the retina. Over time, this pressure may weaken vessel walls, causing microbleeds, visual blurring, and hypertensive retinopathy, a condition that often remains undiagnosed until noticeable vision loss occurs. To make matters worse, many store-bought pickles include preservatives and synthetic dyes, which have been associated with inflammation and oxidative stress. These effects don't just threaten your vision, they also impair circulation throughout the body, including to the brain. That daily pickle you enjoy for a burst of taste might actually be dulling both your eyesight and your mental clarity. I've spoken with older adults who've said, "I only have a couple of pickles a day. How bad could that be?" But when vision dims and memory falters, we often wish we could go back and change the small habits, like reaching for that jar. And if pickled vegetables can have such an effect, imagine what happens when foods we think are good for the heart, like garlic, start affecting our eyes too. What you'll discover next might surprise you even more. If you're still watching and find this helpful, type the number 1 in the comments to let me know you're with me. Now, let's continue with the next point. Number 4. Garlic. Potent but potentially problematic. Garlic has earned its place in kitchens across America and around the globe, not only as a flavorful ingredient but also as a time-honored natural remedy. It's been praised for supporting heart health, lowering cholesterol, and even purifying the blood. And yes, garlic does offer impressive health benefits. However, like many natural substances, excessive intake, especially in older adults, can pose unexpected risks. When eaten in large quantities, particularly raw or in concentrated supplement form, garlic acts as a natural blood thinner. That may seem helpful for seniors trying to reduce their risk of heart attacks or strokes, but the side effects are rarely discussed. Thinner blood increases the likelihood of internal bleeding, even in delicate areas like the eyes. The retina is lined with extremely fine capillaries that become more fragile with age. Combine garlic with other blood-thinning medications like aspirin or warfarin, and the risk of vitreous hemorrhages, eye floaters, or sudden blurred vision becomes much greater. Some of my patients have described the sensation as seeing through fog or experiencing bursts of light, unaware that the very garlic they took for circulation might be straining their vision. Moderation is essential. A clove in your cooking? Excellent. A raw garlic smoothie plus supplements every morning? That's where the benefits start to backfire. Your body and especially your eyes need balance, not overload. So before you swallow that garlic pill, ask yourself, am I nourishing my health or quietly overburdening it? Because if something as celebrated as garlic can silently affect your eyesight, imagine what hidden surprises may be lurking in something as seemingly innocent as canned corn. Number 5. Canned corn. Convenient, but could be quietly damaging your vision. There's something deeply familiar about canned corn. It's warm, sweet, golden, a taste of summer sealed into metal. For decades, it's made appearances on American dinner tables, from Thanksgiving casseroles to quick weeknight meals. For many older adults, it feels like a simple, safe choice. But beneath that comfort lies an overlooked concern. Canned corn may be slowly clouding your vision. While fresh or properly frozen corn retains most of its nutritional profile, canned corn is often heavily processed, a method that destroys essential antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. These nutrients are crucial for protecting your eyes from harmful blue light and reducing the risk of age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. When canned corn becomes a frequent side dish, many seniors believe they're making a harmless choice. But in reality, they may be consuming empty calories with little to no support for their aging eyes. And that's not all. Many canned corn products are high in sodium and added sugars, hidden under labels like sweet kernel or seasoned style. Too much sodium can increase intraocular pressure, placing stress on the optic nerve, while excess sugar contributes to chronic inflammation, which doesn't just affect vision, it damages vascular health across the board. I've spoken with countless older patients who ask, "Isn't corn just a vegetable? What harm can it really do?" But the truth is, daily habits shape long-term health, and the most dangerous foods are often the ones we assume are safe. Over time, those small decisions add up, especially when it comes to eye health. So before you open another can, take a moment to reconsider. Fresh or frozen corn may require an extra minute in the kitchen, but it could help protect your ability to read, drive, and recognize familiar faces well into your later years. It's a small shift with meaningful rewards. And now that we've revealed what foods may gradually harm your vision, the next question becomes clear. What should you eat instead? Are there vegetables that actually protect your eyes, support your brain, and help your heart stay strong as you age? Number 6. Want to know which vegetables truly protect your eyes? Once you understand that some everyday vegetables may be hurting your sight, it's only natural to wonder what foods do the opposite. Which vegetables actually strengthen vision, boost mental clarity, and support cardiovascular health all at the same time? The good news? The answers are neither expensive nor exotic. They're already in your kitchen, your local grocery store, or maybe even growing in your garden. Let's start with the classic, carrots. Rich in beta-carotene, they help your body produce vitamin A, essential for protecting the retina and improving night vision. Then there's the red bell pepper, often overlooked but loaded with vitamin C and inflammation-fighting antioxidants that help maintain healthy blood vessels in your eyes. Or consider kale, gently cooked. This leafy green becomes a powerhouse of lutein and zeaxanthin, natural filters that help block damaging light and reduce your risk of macular degeneration. And let's not forget about tomatoes. Packed with lycopene, they help fight oxidative stress throughout your system, not just in your eyes, but also in your brain and cardiovascular tissues. These aren't health trends or passing fads. They're nutrient-rich vegetables, backed by research and trusted by generations. Eating vegetables is undeniably a vital step toward maintaining good health, but it's only part of a much larger picture. The way you prepare your vegetables, the time you consume them, and even the ingredients you combine them with can significantly influence the amount of nutrition your body can actually absorb and use. For instance, certain vitamins and antioxidants require the presence of healthy fats, like those from olive oil, nuts, or avocados, to be properly digested and absorbed. On the other hand, overcooking vegetables can lead to the breakdown of sensitive nutrients, making them far less effective. This is why paying attention to how you prepare your meals is just as crucial as the ingredients themselves. The choices you make in the kitchen directly impact your body's ability to thrive. Maintaining strong, healthy eyesight begins with the decisions you make at the dining table. Each meal represents a chance to nourish your body and protect your future. Growing older doesn't mean your vision must inevitably fade. Rather, it means you now have a greater reason to be intentional, more thoughtful about the foods you choose, the cooking methods you use, and the nutrients you prioritize on a regular basis. The vegetables we've discussed today aren't inherently harmful. However, when they're consumed from cans, processed in factories, or prepared with little care, they can gradually contribute to a decline in eye health. Vision isn't merely a physical function. It plays a powerful role in how we experience life. It allows us to witness life's most beautiful and intimate moments, the sparkle in a loved one's eyes, the vibrant colors of autumn, or the simple joy of watching your grandchildren grow. That's why it's worth putting in the extra effort. Even small, consistent changes in your diet can lead to powerful long-term benefits. Start by choosing fresh, whole vegetables instead of packaged ones. Learn cooking techniques that preserve nutritional content, such as steaming or roasting instead of frying. Build habits that nourish not only your vision, but also your brain, your heart, and your overall well-being. If this message has resonated with you, please consider passing it on to someone you care about. You never know who might need to hear it, perhaps before it's too late to act. By taking steps to protect our eyesight, we're also safeguarding our ability to connect with others, to recall cherished memories, and to experience daily joy. These words are more than just advice. They are an invitation to real, lasting change. So, what's one small thing you feel ready to do differently starting today? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's support one another on this journey toward a healthier, more mindful way of living. And if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Together we can take simple, meaningful steps, one meal at a time, to protect our health and our precious gift of sight.